since we talked about the law of duality, you might be interested in how you get to be number 2 if you weren't the leader. Well, that is the law of the opposite. If you're shooting for second place, your strategy is determined by the leader. You have to do the opposite of what the leader does. You know, there's a philosophy here. In strength, there is weakness. Take the dinosaur. The dinosaur is the most powerful animal that ever walked the earth. But what is the weakness if you happen to weigh 20 tons? You know what the weakness is? You have to eat 2 tons of cereal for breakfast just to maintain your weight. Now, some scientists think that when an asteroid hit the Yucatan and kind of blocked out the sun for a couple 100,000 years, these poor guys never got enough to eat and they died out. So there is always weakness inherent in strength. Take the big, powerful Kodosaurus. It's what I like to call Kodak. They have 85% of the amateur photographic film business in America. 85%. Now, we were asked to develop a program for 3M, which is the leading manufacturer of private label photographic film, but they wanted to launch a brand. So here's what we said. Look, where is Kodak strong? Everywhere. Anywhere you go in the world today, you can buy Kodak film. Now, what is the weakness inherent in that universal availability? Well, the weakness is that, you know, they manufacture film like you make bananas, that you pick them green and they ripen on the shelf. That film ripens on the shelf. That's not the way they sell professional film. They sell professional film refrigerated, so it's ready to use. It's mature, ready to go. So we suggested to 3M that they launch a brand of amateur photographic film called True Color. It's the first refrigerated film. Now, you can't sell that everywhere. But we said, well, that's okay. Sell it in the supermarket in a 6-pack. And tell the customers to take the 6-pack home and put it in the refrigerator, and it's ready to go. That didn't fly at 3M, but I think that's still a very good idea for somebody who wants to be number 2 in the photographic film business. Take another example that did fly. We were working for a bank in the state of New Jersey called United Jersey. Now, United Jersey competes with the big banks. Banks like Citibank and Chase Manhattan Bank. Where's a big bank strong? A big bank is strong because they got a lot of money. They got a lot of people. They're very big. They got a lot of resources. What is the inherent weakness if you're big? Well, big institutions are slow. So we said to United Jersey, you're the fast-moving bank. I'll never forget, the chief executive said, I'm sorry, Al. Our bank is no faster than Citibank. We're no faster than Chase. And we said, that's okay. You know, if you're shooting for second place, your strategy is determined by the leader. Therefore, you've got to change the bank. You've got to change everything you do so that you can become the fast-moving bank. So that's what they did. They changed all the procedures of the bank. You know, they speeded up the mortgages, the car loans. Everything they did was faster. And then they launched a program calling themselves the Fast-Moving Bank. And income rapidly doubled in 3 years. But you know you got a winner when you see this idea, this concept, the Fast-Moving Bank, on the cover of the United Jersey Annual Report. You know, one of the big examples of this idea of what to do if you're shooting for number 2 is Pepsi-Cola. See, Coke is the leader, but Coke is a 110-year-old product, 110 years old. Now, what's the weakness if you're 110 years old? Well, your parents drank Coca-Cola. So what Pepsi-Cola said is, you don't want to drink the same stuff that your parents drank, do you? You're the Pepsi generation. And the kids and the younger people reacted to that tremendously. And where Coke used to outsell Pepsi 2-1 today, Coke outsells Pepsi in the United States about 10-9. Pepsi is a very close number 2 brand. So that's what you got to do. If you really want to be number 2, what you have to do is the opposite of what the leader does. That's the law of the opposite.